Aya and UC in the place to be where my convo queens from the front to the back. You know what I mean? What we talking about today, Aya?
Hey, so today we are going to be talking about astrology, okay? And if you know all of us, that is one of our favorite topics to discuss amongst ourselves. But we're going to be specifically talking about how astrology and learning your birth chart can help you learn more about yourself.
Yes. So I'm gonna give a quick astrology breakdown 101. Okay. So your sun is about yourself. It's how you feel you relate to other people, it's how you see yourself. Okay, your moon is your heart, is your passion, how you love. Well, actually it's not how you love, but it's like, how your heart and what's your passion and how you show that, how you fight, different things like that. Your rising is how you look to others. How, you ever met somebody and they're like, oh, you look like your sign might be whatever. It's how you look to others. Your Mercury is the way you think and the way you communicate. Your Venus is how you love. That's the one. And then your Mars is how you deal with life. So some of the when you think about a birth chart, um it it was kind of a science that has been around for a very long time. To break it down, it's basically where the planets were aligned at the exact time you were born and the exact coordination, the city and state where you were born. Okay. And so it reveals the location of the planets in the sky at the time of your birth. It's an analysis of this chart. It's called a natal chart. It can give you deep insight into your personality, your motivations, and your desires. And just I'm going to give you a quick little rundown of some of the planets and what they symbolize. And then I'm going to pass it on to people who are more versed with it. And we have a special guest tonight, Zyrea, who is a specialist in birth charts, and she's going to break it down even more. All right, so the sun symbolizes your fundamental essence. It represents your ego, your sense of self, and your basic personality and your general preferences. The sun is governed by the zodiac sign of Leo. The moon, it represents the spiritual retreat of your most private selves. It symbolizes everything beneath the surface. The moon represents our emotional inner world, and it is governed by the zodiac sign of Cancer. The Mercury, it symbolizes communication, and how you think, how it reflects your logic and your rationality. And it is governed by the air sign of Gemini and the earth sign of Virgo, and they represent different sides of Mercury. Okay, Venus. This planet highbrows the taste that reflects your interests, represents beauty, love, and abundance. It the things that you love, your taste, like fine wines, extended baths, things that you like that. This planet reflects our interest in art, culture, while in your romantic sensibilities and I idealized perception of love. And it is governed by the earth sign of Taurus and the air sign of Libra. Um, then Mars, it reflects your physical passion and lust. Okay. It's how you probably are when it comes to that intimate time. It is governed by Aries, which is a very passionate sign. And then Jupiter, it symbolizes fortune, philosophy, abundance, and spirituality. This general planet governs expansion, encouraging us to widen our scope, broaden our horizon. It's governed by the sign Sagittarius. Saturn, um, on our good day, Saturn symbolizes hard work, professional achievement, and steadfast resilience. On a bad day, however, it can be harsh and unemotional, forcing us to learn through tough love and difficult challenges. This planet has an odd way of showing its affection. Saturn does have our best interest in mind. It simply wants us to play by the rules. Saturn is governed by Capricorn. And Uranus, it is unusual. It's the celestial body named after the Greek deity. Let me see. It can have a surprising effect. It's governed by Aquarius. It symbolizes technology, rebellion, and innovation. And I'm gonna have them go deeper into what that means. Neptune is on a good day, it's the energy is extremely creative, powerful, and psychic. On a bad day, it can have someone become delusional and escapist. You never want to get lost in the sea. And it's sort of like dreamy. Its influence is felt to explore through your imagination. But remember to throw down your anchor because you don't want to get too lost in this. And it is governed by the sign of Pisces. And the last one I'm going to talk about is Pluto. It symbolizes power, transformation, destruction, and regeneration. Its name. And Pluto reminds us in order for us to manifest change, we must release the past. And it is associated with the sign Scorpio. So those are really the only planets I'm going to mention. And I'm going to pass it over to someone else to get deeper into it.
Okay, you guys. So that I feel like that was a very technical article that like it's not gonna be here nor there to you guys. So I'm gonna break it down to y'all the Black people hood way of what you need to know in order to begin digging into this thing called astrology and your birth chart. So what I have here on the screen is the birth chart wheel. It's the zodiac wheel and it has all of our birth signs. Y'all know y'all symbol. Y'all it has all y'all signs up on here, okay? But now I'm going to pull up my birth chart. It doesn't make y'all any difference anyway, so you won't know what you're looking at because I'm a person that believes like in astrology people language, like you don't really share your birth chart with others.
Right.
Because they can kind of use that against you. I mean, that you would have to be a pretty evil, sinister person to do that. But people, they can use your birth chart against you. Especially like, say if you're talking to somebody who's into astrology, he or she might you know how we be like, what's your what's your birthday and date of birth? Like that's because we're trying to.
What time was you born?
And we boop, 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 boop. Like yeah, that's because we looking you up. We looking up those digits astrologically we are anyways. But let me get I stopped sharing. Let me go back to sharing my screen here. Where's my here we go. Okay, so this is a birth chart right here. This little wheel is the birth chart. Now, if you're a very experienced chart reader, you can read this wheel without having to look at all of this stuff below. But what I really want to get into and touch on is the top 5 placements. So for me, because everyone's tops are different, but for a 101 purpose, for me, the top 5 are as follows. Let me put that down here. It's your sun, your rising, your moon, your Venus, and your Mercury. If you start off with just these top 5s of your birth chart, you will know so much more about yourself, about what triggers you or why you do the certain things that you do or how you act and things like that, right? So we all know what our sun sign is. Your sun sign is, I would say your sun sign is your core. It's who you are on the inside. It is your core self. Zaria, what do you think the sun sign represents?
So for me, the sun sign is basically your personality. So basic traits like if you're shy, if you're outgoing, if you're flirtatious, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. So that is your sun sign. Your sun sign is your like after you get you develop a relationship with somebody and they get to know you, they're starting to get to know your sun sign. Your sun sign.
And it's how you feel about yourself. Like if you read about your sun sign, then you'll say, "Oh wow, I do relate with that. I feel that I have some of those personality traits." I think that's what sun sign means to
Personality.
me.
But also to me,
yeah, go ahead.
I feel like your sun sign can really be like overshadowed by some of your other placements.
Yeah, but we're gonna get into that. I'm just
right.
placement down. Because yeah, you are much more than just your sun, you guys. I know, to basic people, when you introduce, you meet people, and you be like, "Oh, what's your sign?" And that's all people know is their sun. I'm this, and that's all. So then you get into your rising sign. Now, your rising sign is who you present to the world. So let's say, in layman's terms, we're in a room full of people, and now I'm a Pisces, and my rising, unfortunately, is Cancer. So that's double water, right? So I'm a very shy, reserved, quiet person. I enter into this room full of people. You are not going to get to know the Pisces right off bat. I'm going to present to you my rising, and my rising presents itself as a Cancer because I'm a Cancer rising. So your rising is who you present to the world outwardly until these people get to know you, and then that's when they meet your personality, which is your sun sign.
That's right. So like for me, my sun sign is Cancer, and it's not unfortunate. I love being a Cancer, okay? But what I will say is that my rising sign is Capricorn. And people who have rising signs that are Capricorn have what they call rest and be face. Like they are the go-getters, drive, 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 and they look super serious a lot of the time when they are, it's sort of like what you portray in the working world too. Is that, I read that. What do you think, Zaire, about the rising sign? Can it be your drive and how you present yourself at work and different things like that?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it can be because if you're at work, people aren't really getting to know you that deep. So your rising is like how you come off to other people. That might be how you operate in the workplace and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's a true assessment that they say that.
But mine is Scorpio, so either way, I'm just a Scorpio.
Yeah, you just a Scorpio. Then you have your moon sign, and your moon sign, if you think about the moon, because kind of like astrology, I'm not going to get too deep into as above, so below, but as above, so below is just a saying that they say, which meaning everything that happens in the universe happens down here, because we're all these cosmic, energetic beings, okay? We are literally light walkers on this earth. So when you think about the moon, especially for females, if you ever heard your mom or your friends or even you relate to your cycle as your moon cycle, because all of our cycles, it synchronizes with the moon. You are on a moon cycle. Your moon is that deep. It's like how you feel. It's your feelings. It's your intuition, right? Sounds like the upside down. Yeah. It's your intuition, it's how you feel, and it's how you react to feelings and emotion and all of those things. So the moon can be very in depth and very deep, and you can either be like one of those very feely, emotional, very super ultra emotionally sensitive people. Like, again, unfortunately for me, I'm a Cancer moon, so I'm water, and more water, right?
I don't know how you do
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
she's
like, there's a lot of feels. There's a lot of like
Bless
we
their heart.
feel everything, and it's sensitive, and it's very sensitive when you're dealing with the moon and feelings. And so that's your moon sign. So when you look up your moon sign, you are going to specifically be learning about that and how you feel and your style of feeling things, how you react to others and your emotions.
And mine, unfortunately, my moon is in Aries.
Oh,
I feel that. Mine is in
Woo!
the fire sign gang.
Yeah, and if you know anything, what they say about Aries, woo, they
Hothead.
fiery is like and so I always have to check that, because you don't your moon is how you react. When you get upset, like your strong, deep inner emotional core. So
That moon
very
come out or
fiery.
lack thereof. Like if you have somebody with maybe an air moon or an earth moon, like they may be like stone face. Like, do you have feelings? Like, where's your feelings?
Emotionless.
Like, if you're an
Right.
Aquarius moon, if you're a Capricorn moon, they're very logical. So they might think before they think with their emotion.
Or keep it to themselves.
Or keep it to themselves and cry on the inside. Yeah, they might do that. Um, let's see. Then we have your Venus. So your Venus is similar to Moon, but the two are not to be confused. So whereas your Moon deals with your feelings, The Venus is all about love. So we all know now in the 2022, everyone's aware of their love language and all of this good stuff. Your Venus is digging more into that and is going to tell you even more about love, your love language, your love style, how you love, and what you want when it comes to love.
Mm-hmm. And it talks about the things that you love to do, right? And how, and it correct me if I'm wrong. Is it like your taste and like what you like to shop and buy and like
Oh
things that you
yeah.
like to experience?
Venus
Mhm.
And it's
is the
also,
luxuries of life.
yeah.
Like Taurus and
Mm-hmm.
Libra.
Yeah, well, they're ruled by
Yeah, ruled by Venus, so they're really materialistic.
very
Mm-hmm.
luxurious people. They want to be luxurious people if they ain't got it.
Right.
Very
Mm-hmm.
expensive taste. Venus is like all about decadence. It's the planet of they want everything to be like on 10. They want their senses to always be what do you want to call it? Always be stimulated. They need a lot of especially if you're a Libra or a Taurus, or if you have Libra and Taurus Venus, you always need that constant stimulation. All like it has to be there, because the minute you lose them, they out the door, they floating somewhere else. They like, oh, I got stuff. Like they always want to feel those butterflies.
As a Libra Venus, I definitely agree.
Yeah, they always have to feel those butterflies when dealing with Libra and Taurus Venus people. But yes, it's all about how you love when you're talking about Venus. And then lastly is Mercury. And I think Mercury is one of the most important placements that you can dig into, because we need Mercury. Everyone knows at this point what Mercury retrograde is. Even if you are not that well versed in it, whenever somebody say, it's Mercury, people are like, oh no, it's like y'all going crazy and y'all don't even know why. But Mercury retro is it ties into Mercury. It's all about how we communicate. It's your style of communicating. It's how you prefer to communicate. It's how you learn. It's how you talk, how you take in information. And yes, it does have effect. Obviously, when Mercury goes into retrograde, it affects all that communication, technology. Your phone start acting up, your computer shutting down. Like it affects your lines of communication.
The exes start calling. I don't
And
know
you
what
start
that's about.
circling back around. I don't know
They
why
all
that
come back every
happens in
time.
retrograde. Mercury, that is kind of weird. But exes start circling back around, wanting to try again. Hey, best friend. Hey, big head. Or
Every
your cars break down. Just stuff just start going awry when Mercury decides to turn backwards. But it is all about how you communicate.
Well, one of the interesting things about Mercury is when we were, me and I were doing this podcast, we were having conversation, and I wasn't really that well versed with Mercury at the time. And she was like, we were talking about something, and you always wonder where your communication is breaking down with somebody, right?
Mhm.
And we talked about our communication styles, and we found out where our Mercury was. And, you know, Aya's very intelligent. She has these deep thoughts that is almost, kind of before you even get in there, right? And so then I was like, okay. Then I found out that her Mercury was in Aquarius, and I looked it up, right? And then I found out my Mercury is in Gemini, okay? And it made sense to us because I looked into mine, and it helps you communicate better with people. It helps you know the things that you're strong in when you communicate, and the things that you can work on to have better communication with people. And when I looked up Mercury and Gemini, I learned that Mercury and Gemini, they all have little names for which, your communication style. And my Mercury and Gemini is exactly what I'm doing right now, talking a mile a minute, going very fast, processing my stuff before I can even get it out. And I usually articulate and able to express my feelings very articulately, where I can, I can tell you exactly how I feel. I can make it sound some kind of way. But my thing that I struggle with having a Mercury and Gemini is patience. Having enough patience to slow it down, stop talking, and hear what the other person has to say. And those are good things for you to learn about your communication style.
Yeah, especially like if it comes to, say you're in a relationship with somebody, especially like that's one thing I always point to in a chart. Like if you're trying to Google up that dude's chart I always look towards Mercury as one of the planets because their Mercury has to be compatible with my Mercury. Or I at least have to know what is their Mercury because it's going to help me understand and communicate with them better, especially if I feel like we just have this breakdown. Like for my boyfriend's Mercury, unfortunately enough for him. I'm gonna stop talking about charts saying unfortunately, right? But I'm not like I'll bash all signs, including my own. Okay, like I will always say that I feel like Pisces placements outside of the sun sign is just I feel so
Problematic.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for you. Like Pisces
Maybe
placements
not rising though.
of sun signs can be very weak placements. I think it works well in Mars as well. So I don't want to say in all, but like if a moon sign or you have a Venus or a Mercury in Pisces, I feel for you because these people they can feel so much, but they have a very hard time being expressive about the feeling that they're having. So he has, i.e., a Pisces and Mercury. So
That
where
makes so much
I'm a Pisces, right? So you would think that I'm the one. No, but I'm the one that's blah 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 blah. Let me tell you. I need to tell you how I feel, and this is how I feel, and we need to discuss. Like I'm the one that's very vocal in the relationship, and then it's like he's very reserved and he takes his time with getting out what he's trying to express. So it helps you a lot in learning people's style of communications. Like UC was saying, your style of communicating and where you might need to like, okay, dial it back, depending on who you're also communicating with. You might need to like dial it back a little bit because you're doing what you're doing. And so it teaches you a lot when you dig into these things and learn about yourself in this way and put this twist on it using astrology, but definitely look into your Mercury sign because that can help in a lot of different situations with issues in any type of relationship at work, at school. It can help you.
I know that one of the things that I never could understand about certain people was I can so clearly tell you exactly how I feel and why I feel that way, and I can just straight shoot it out. And I used to always wonder why people can't do that sometimes, like even with me and Aya's communication, like I can articulate really quickly why I'm feeling some kind of way. And one thing that I know no is like she will wait and she's gonna get to what it is, but our communication styles are different. And she processes her thoughts a little bit more before she will just say them. Whereas I'm really fast with the way I talk and the way I'm processing my thoughts. So it's very helpful. It really is. And I think that a lot of the I feel comments, that is a straight up Cancer water sign thing. Like,
What is your Mercury?
Mine is Libra, so I'm
Oh,
just
yeah,
such a people pleaser and never want to start conflict.
because yeah, Libras are such
Always trying to
Libras,
tiptoe around things. I hate it.
Zodiac groups, we always picked on the Libras. Like they was probably like the most hated signs. If you ever join a Zodiac group, guaranteed it's some Libra hate up in that group.
I hate Libras myself, so I see how much Libra I have in my
the Zodiac, like they got the scales and they never want to choose sides, and that can be
brother.
frustrating dealing
It's
with.
just we can see both sides of every situation.
No, you need to pick a side. It's no seeing.
well,
I can see every side of a situation. I hear anybody out.
but the thing is, and the credit that I gotta give to Libra are they peacemakers, but some of us other signs get pissed off because we want you to make a decision.
Yes,
Like
make a
I
decision.
could always
we
been
feel
the
like
person.
there's a right and a wrong. Like a
Right.
lot, especially a Cancer. Now we'd be like, listen, you did this or you did that. Like I know, like for most of the signs. So I mean, I get where Libras are coming from with that, but I feel like with every single sign, there's a good side to it, and then there's a bad side to it. Every single sign.
There's. But yeah, with those, yeah, they fence riders to me, and they're very indecisive. I used to work with this Libra when I first came back to Syracuse. She was so sweet, but she had everybody. Like my youngest daughter, she has a Libra rising. You gotta watch out. Libras will charm the hell. Like she would throw that.
Ooh, they the most charming.
Throw that charm on.
Hey.
Like hot Nana, like, look at anything out of people with that charm. They will, and that's what the girl at my job did. She would throw that charm on. She had people buying her lunches. She had fixing her hair at the job because she was part of the LGBTQ. So I was her work wife for a minute. Like she would come in, I would fix her tie. She'll have somebody over here buying her lunch. She was very, 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 very charming, and also very, 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 very indecisive as hell. Like it got on my nerves all the time. Like what you
But
think?
Libras will do a lot of nice things for you now.
I feel like Libras are so like surface level though. Like they just want to be liked so bad that they'll do anything to make people happy, even if that's not how they feel.
That is true about the Libras, but I'm gonna leave them alone. No more.
We should talk about. We can go down about all the signs. I mean, what we think, what we know about them.
But with Mercury's, what you were saying, though, you see about, I feel like by how you can verbally express how you're feeling at all times. I feel like when it comes to water signs and us having an air Mercury, because air signs is exalted in a way where they're the great communicators of the zodiac. They communicate so well and so effectively. Even the Libra that likes to be the delegator and the peacemaker, I'll give them that. Like they are very great at their communicating. They're very smart and intelligent signs. Hands down, I would say I would give that all day to an air sign. Gemini, Aquarius, both of them especially, Libras as well. So they're very diplomatic and they're very good at communicating. So when you have a water sign with an air Mercury, it almost helps you to be able to express yourself because we are the signs of the emotions. And
you know what? I definitely feel that.
But with having this air, because I don't think it would be that way for us if we had any other Mercury sign. Like if you had an Earth Mercury or you had a water Mercury, then this is when it matters. Like not to rag on my sun sign or your sun or our sun sign, since we're all water signs up here, ironically. But if we had any other Mercury signs, we would probably be a mess.
I definitely feel that.
One of the things I will say about the birth chart is they say that everyone's birth chart is different.
Yes. Everyone's birth chart is different because it is based on your specific time of birth, your date of birth. Now, unless there's that person in the corner of the world, they say we all have a twin and y'all just matched up and y'all have the same exact. But even then, I feel like obviously you guys are going to have differences because you grew up different. Now, we do have 5 people on here and there's people up in the chat. If y'all want to drop us your sun signs, I think on this video I put where you can get your birth chart. So if you know, even if you don't have your time of birth, you don't necessarily need your birth time because that just tells us what your rising is. We'll still see all your other information. And then we can tell you about your Mercury sign if you want to know about that, about your Venus or your moon or your Mars, if you want to know about those signs so that you can kind of true tea, we not BSing here. Like you can learn about a lot about yourself if you just study your charts. It is all in the stars.
Now, some people don't believe in astrology. Like, you know, I'm definitely one of those people where I'm not gonna read everybody and their mama's horoscope. Okay, because I don't know who's writing that, but I will tell you there is everybody and their mama's.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh, I'm like, who is that? Anyway, but I will say that look this up, and they have so many excellent people on YouTube that will break down each one of the planets in your birth chart, and you just might learn something and be like, wow, that sounds exactly like what I do. And it's very freaky because you realize that to know yourself it can just help you out in your life. It can help you, avoid some of the things that, can be misfortunate in your life. It really can.
Okay, so now what I wanted to tell you guys. Also, you know what? Let me dial it back as soon as I'll go here first. So I don't have that pulled up. The smaller aspects that I feel can really help you out and reveal some things about you and about your birth chart. And I did this with the kids like a few days ago, last week when we rescheduled this, right? So you have smaller aspects of your birth chart that people don't really pay attention to. Of course, if you're an expert chart reader and people want to know specifics about something, they can pull from these things. Juno is one of them. So Juno is a small little aspect, really, up in the sky somewhere, but it's smaller than all the planets. It's just a little floating around rock somewhere, pebble probably. But anyways, Juno reveals to you what your ideal match is. So for those of you who are like, I need this, I'm looking for this, I can't find this.
Let me write that down.
Juno is your ideal person. So I have my Juno up. My Juno is an Aquarius. So my Juno isn't telling me go get you an Aquarius, but it's telling me based on this Juno and what it means. This is the type of person that you would mesh well with and that you would go along well with, and this is how you are, and this is how y'all relationship can be harmonious in that sense. So Juno tells you your ideal match. Okay, let me go here.
So what do you mean by Juno?
Juno. So yeah, it says Juno is the answer to many of our prayers for those who are hopeless romantics and the desire to know what their future partner will be. This will give you clarification on everything. So Juno tells you your ideal match. So it says here, I don't want to read about marriage. Let's see. The Juno woman, Aquarius Juno woman. So it says that I'm a freedom-loving, free-spirited person, which is true. She loves to be uninhibited and will always be herself no matter where she is. A friendly, easygoing person. I don't think I can strike up conversation easily until I get to know them anyways. Let's see. While dating, she may be detached at first and come across as uninterested. She is simply uninterested in formal pleasantries and small talk. She wants to have fun and let loose, and that's true. So it tells you about how your style is. And then it goes into, what you would like in a partner. So we basically, Juno and Aquarius, we want somebody who is just as thrill-seeking and adventurous as us, eccentric, outgoing, fun, want to go explore everything with us and, just have fun. We don't like to be bogged down. We don't like to be somebody who's trying to like constrict us. We're in the age of Aquarius right now. They're these innovators and they have all these ideas coming out of them a mile a minute. So to have somebody in a relationship that's trying to like lock us away and like, you can't be yourself, like that's definitely a no-no for us. So we seek somebody who's just as open-minded and outgoing as we are. So if you guys get your birth chart and you want to know about your Juno specifically, look up that aspect and find out where your Juno is. Where is your Juno, you see? Do you have your birth chart?
Listen, I just found out what Juno is, but okay, let me look at my birth chart.
Up in real time.
Okay. Now where exactly would that be?
So are you on astro charts? Because you have to put that aspect in for it to show up. Or maybe you can just type in like find your Juno and it'll have a little cute calculator on there. You could just look that up specifically.
Okay, you want to pull it up on that? That's you. Wait, hold on. Juno. I'm not exactly sure where that would be at in my chart, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's like it should be down at the bottom. But yeah, I could pull it up. Let me see.
Yeah, pull it up because I have no idea.
And plug your enter. Zyria, where is your Juno? I think we did yours before.
Yeah, mine is in, I think it's Leo, right?
I don't know. You tell me. I forgot already.
What do you need to pull it up?
Your birthday.
Oh, you know my birthday. I'm not gonna say it on here, but I'll send it to you. You forgot my birthday?
I know it's the
Don't say it on here. I'm gonna text it to you.
Yeah, mine is in Leo.
Yours is in Leo. Yeah, I knew your birthday. Yeah, I mean you see.
Exactly.
I was like, you remember you saying it's in Leo. Okay, let me. Yes, I put that.
You just got to know your month and year. I mean, month and day.
Yeah, I don't need to know the time. Your time only tells you your rising. So even if you guys like, oh, I don't know, I haven't looked at my birth certificate in so long, it'll be okay.
But it could change by the minute, like, you know.
So your Juno is in Leo too. So I can read both of y'all. That same thing. Your Juno is in Leo. Let me see what y'all
Oh,
talk
goodness.
about. Let me look up Juno and Leo.
What that mean? You like them fiery people?
No, Leo's was a mess, right? So Leo's are like y'all so bougie. Leo's because you got to think like Leo is very much so like luxurious in their own right. Like their ruler is the sun. So Leo is like it's all about them and they want
Yes.
to be on the scene. They need somebody who is like established, who has some type of status to him. Yeah, y'all Juno was a mess. Let me
Well,
see.
I'm so interested. Let me see.
Oh,
Maybe I'll figure out what's wrong.
here we go. Oh,
Cause
so let's see.
oh, okay. I got you. I got you. One of our queens in there. She wanna know what her Juno is. You're coming up next, boo.
So Juno and Leo, general traits and meaning. Leo craves being the center of attention. It is a must that their loved one praises them and
Dote
pamper
on
them
me.
with love, yes, and affection. People with Juno Leo want someone who will make them feel appreciated and unique. They don't feel comfortable around people who are not expressive and energetic. Their charismatic, outgoing, edgy persons will intrigue people with Juno and Leo. These individuals desire someone bold and ambitious. They are not likely to be attracted to someone shy or introverted.
Can't stand it.
Leo Juno people prefer loud extroverts, at least those
Yes, let's go.
in their company and open up. Their partner has to be affectionate and pay attention to them. Leo Juno people want their loved ones to remind them that they are loved and admired. So yeah, that's like a love language. Y'all love language.
Listen.
Like
Oh my gosh.
listen,
Girl,
right?
Aya. I've been ever since I got, I was very, unhappy before. We ain't even gonna get out no energy. But I will tell you that my ideal partner, and I've been telling anybody who would had application, I need you to dote on me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I just wanted to be so extra and so disgustingly sappy and just be your whole center of attention, like rubbing my feet, rubbing back forward. Like I swear I will give it all back. It's gonna be reciprocity all day. Like I will love you forever. Like, and I can't find nobody to do that. So I thought something was wrong with me. Now I understand. I understand.
Yep. So see how revealing your chart can be in this very small aspect that nobody probably thinks about Juno.
I got a question for you, Aya. So who do I need to find? What Juno is gonna do
That's
that for
that's
me?
the
Because
type
I'm
of
never
person
gonna be
that,
fulfilled until I get it.
that's just the type of person that is saying you need to you want in your life. You want somebody who is outgoing as you, who's going to dote on you, show you love and affection, because that appeals to your Juno, which is a Leo. So you are like, yes, Leos are drama queens anyways already. Sun signs are dramatic. They need attention, they need affection, they need you to tell them, they need you to show them. They need someone who has some type of social status, is what you would like. Somebody who has like somebody who is important in this life, like somebody who's ambitious, somebody who can walk in the room and like, yo, you ain't with no clown, like you with somebody, you with like, yeah, this is my man, like you with somebody, like yeah, like
Oh
y'all
my
want to be, y'all want
god.
people to notice y'all, notice who you with. That's not no problem for y'all. You know how some girls can be like very jealous, or guys can be very, no, y'all want them to know I'm with the top dog. Like I'm with, yeah, that's mine.
You know what? Ideally, I would just love a dude who could work the whole room with me.
Yes,
Like,
that's
let's
all
go.
bad.
Like and I have had, some friends that were able to do that. And I was extremely happy and I had so much fun with them. Like, I want them to be confident. As
Right.
long as you ain't flirting with everybody in the room, you can sit up there and spark up a whole conversation and I'll be feeding right with you. Like, we have a great time. And then but at the same time, I'm like your whole, like, you doting on me. Like, so it's like real extra. And people probably like, oh, they is too much. But when we come, the party is popping. All right. So I got some of our people in this comment. They is loving this Juno stuff. So let me send you another birthday of one of our queens that's on here, and her friend want to know. So let me send you this birthday. I'm not gonna say the person's birthday, but they are a lovely Taurus, the bull. Okay. And this birthday is coming through to your phone right now. Aya, check that birth date out.
All right, so let's see. I need the year. I need the year.
Oh goodness. Okay, let me text her year now, cause I be forgetting. Hey Queen, text me your year. I know you on here. And your friend who want to know.
Yeah, so yeah, y'all Junos are a mess.
What, did Juno and Leo?
Leo
I
Junos.
thought something was wrong with me. Now I understand.
Yeah, no, but that definitely
Yeah, I
fits.
never knew why. I always go for like the most outgoing
Yeah,
person.
you always go for like, even
The
though you're
popular
quiet,
people.
but you with the popular guy, but you quiet. Like, yeah.
I was with an extrovert for so many years, and I don't wonder why I was miserable. Like, I was like wanting to turn up. I wanted to have huge entertainment parties at my house and us be loud as hell and have so much fun. Like, that is my ideal person. And didn't I tell you, I was like, next person who I'm really with, they have to be as extroverted as me, or I won't. I can't.
Yeah. And it fits you.
Okay, so you got that date?
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Then I'm gonna send you the next date of the other person after this person.
And Leo again.
Listen. I knew it. And Leo.
Juno and
Got
Leo.
the dote on you, boo. We talk about this all the time. See, that's what's wrong with us. And this person and this queen just as turned as me. Okay, we be having a whole cray. All right, so here's the other person. Let's see. This might be a different twist on it. And this is all right. Check this person out.
Oh yeah, might be. Let's see.
All right, and this person is a cusper on the cusp of Pisces and Aquarius, but I believe it's the last day of Pisces.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, mine, Juno and Aquarius. I'm pretty sure, like, no, I don't know. Juno and Aquarius. Yeah. Juno and Aquarius people. So they need the same thing. They need freedom, and they like somebody who aren't restrictive. And let me go back to
So here's my thing with that. So say like, okay, so me and Zai, we both Juno and Leo, and then you're Juno and what was it, Aquarius? How would so say like, you know, that was a dynamic, okay? Because these birthdays that came through, you know, like they kind of know each other. So say this was a dynamic. Can a person that is Juno and Aquarius dote on that Juno and Leo? Could you do it? Could you do it? Aya, would it get on your nerves? Could you do it?
Yeah, that would get on my nerves.
You need constant affection and
that would be so exhausting.
You couldn't be turned.
Oh wait, I didn't read our thing. So it says Aquarius is an air sign. As we all know, they flow freely and goes wherever it pleases. Aquarius is known as the god of forethought and mankind. It represents ancient Greek god Prometheus, and he was known for being a rebel, much like the Aquarius. The planet Uranus rules Aquarius. It stands for innovation and rebellion. It can show us the nature of our relationship with our acquaintances, blah, blah, blah. The energy of Aquarius affects Juno, which means that those who have Aquarius Juno placement will have Aquarius-like mannerisms and experiences in their relationships. So yeah, basically they want they're commitment phobes. I can
Oh no, they ain't gonna work with us.
I
Because we need to
checked
be
that out,
doted
like,
on.
I was younger.
Exactly.
You
I
ain't
was
about to go nowhere. You ain't going nowhere, and we need to know what's going on because we need to make sure you all in this with us, okay?
Mhm.
And let us know how valuable we are to your life every day,
Exactly.
right,
If you're
Zai?
not, exactly.
See,
oh
a
my
little commitment
You
God,
phobia
give
stuff
me
gonna
needs
be a
when you're not
problem.
with me, you're not for me.
You're
dramatic.
not.
I need your
We
chest
need,
to hurt when you're not with me.
yes, I need butterflies in your stomach, and you just sick. And I want to know, like every day when you wake up, I need good morning text to know that you think about me.
Exactly. And see, Jason, he already know what's up with that.
It says, listen, guys.
He
Okay.
already know.
It says for Aquarius Junos that friendship is the most important aspect of any romantic relationship that they have. I feel that's true for me. If they do choose to be with someone, they must be able to laugh with them and enjoy fun times together as if they are friends. Friendship is the foundation of a healthy relationship with an Aquarius Juno. And I do feel like that is a very important aspect to what I seek out in relationships. It's like I always wanted I want us to be, we need to be friends. Cause we like, what are we doing? Like, I want you to be my friend. I want somebody I could shoot the breeze with, laugh, crack jokes with. Like, I want us to have that repertoire, and then like the love grows and the connection grows and builds on top of that as the foundation. But yeah, that's what your Juno is, babes. Is Juno and Aquarius?
I need another Juno and Leo. I think that's probably gonna work for me.
Yeah, good. I mean, you
What
could,
what is Zai? What
but
is your what
if you
boyfriend? What
find
is he?
somebody like that, like if you find no, not a
What's
Leo.
his Juno or his sign?
His Juno.
I actually do not know.
Oh, we need to
I'm
look that
gonna have,
up.
I know. I'm gonna have to look
But
that
you know
up.
what? That doesn't matter because he is the type that you like, though. Because you said that
Exactly.
has
But
so
still,
he
is
has
up though. I
What?
want to know. I want to
No,
know.
I understand that, but I
he's
just want
somewhat
to know what it is because she said he do that. So I just need to know,
oh what
you
his Juno
know.
is
And he
Yeah.
definitely he does it.
because he's somewhat of like he
Because
has
people
some
get so
type of
aggravated with me, but they don't
popularity.
understand. I need every like it just gotta be
Exactly.
extra. I
See,
don't know.
Kia trying to figure out what she needs.
Right.
I can look up like who would make good partners for these Junos.
No, look up what I'm just interested to know what his Juno is in. So because
So
that
his
person doesn't get
birthday
annoyed by doing that. You know what I'm saying?
is
So who
March.
you would want to know what he like? What's his signs? He's
He's
Aries.
the
Not
Aries.
it,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it can't be that. It can't be a sun sign. Not to shade,
Really?
but I don't think it. I mean, Aries are fire signs, so they can
It's
be
like
out.
when they want to be affectionate though. It's not
Yeah,
like they
so
will get annoyed. Yeah.
it's got to be another aspect outside of the Aries, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so yeah, his birthday is March 29th, 2002.
And you just putting his whole
I
like
know. We was trying to keep people
It's
discreet.
so, it's
credit
so
card and his name. How to sign them on Leo? Oh, child, I don't know. Okay, well let me look up his because you see is interested. You said what was it again? March 20 what?
March
20.
29th.
29th?
Mm-hmm.
And then after this, we are moving on, you guys. Tonight,
To
oh,
Kaya.
yeah, 2000 what?
2.
2.
2002.
Yes, ma'am. Let's see.
Let us see here.
I'm interested
God,
too.
the suspense is killing me. This is the
Right.
longest one to pull up.
Yeah.
Because I have to go through because it's not a main aspect.
I feel like it's gonna be another.
No,
This is gonna be a lot of
Juno
problems.
is a Leo too.
It's Leo. Oh my god.
That's what I said. I need another Juno and
This is
Leo because
weird.
we gonna dote on each other
That
like
makes
it's
so much
extra.
sense. That makes so much sense.
So Zaire, y'all
We're
is
the
just
same.
extra, huh?
Like y'all gonna be
We're so extra. I'm telling you, we're so
extra
extra.
together. Like yeah, let's do this. Let's
So
like
extra. We,
I mean, I
when
got
I tell
okay.
you,
I'm
we
gonna have to
egg
look
each
up
other up.
everybody Juno now, and your Juno ain't in Leo. I don't know.
We egg each other on with the BS. Like
oh my god, that's hilarious. That's so funny to me.
I knew it.
my
Didn't
mom
I
already
say
knows.
that?
Remember,
I
mom?
said I need because when she was
The
saying it, I'm
beginning.
like, she wanted to be a
My
free
mom used
spirit.
to be
I'm
like,
like,
"What
that
are
ain't
you
gonna
doing
work for
again?"
somebody. They ain't gonna work for somebody who want to be doted on, somebody who want to be a free spirit, because it can't
Yeah,
be
no,
all
'cause I
about us if you
I
trying to
can't.
roll onto your own beat.
Exactly.
Right.
I wouldn't be.
You
Yeah,
gotta be on the same level,
we out
Yes.
the game because
same energy.
I couldn't do y'all.
Yes, you need the energy, just
Energy, yes.
extra.
I
Loved
could
it.
not do y'all. No.
Fun.
All
That's
right.
very interesting. Thanks for sharing that. I learned something new. Ooh, I love
So,
that.
y'all know about Juno now. So the next aspect we are going to talk about now. This is a deep aspect. You know, I went through the whole house last week with this aspect. So the next aspect that we are going to be talking about. Oh, let me pull up my stuff here. Is the Sharon. And your Sharon Sharon is called the wounded healer. So your Sharon tells you what wound that you have specifically that you need to work on healing in your life. And usually this is a forever healing journey. This is something that you're always going to have to work on. But the Sharon shows you the wound and it will also show you how you can heal it. So it's not going to just leave you out dry. It's going to show you like this is something in your life or this is an issue in your life that you probably had always had a hard time with. And now this is how you can work towards healing it. So your Sharon is deep, but your Sharon, I feel like gets to a lot. It will reveal a lot for you and it will help you figure out a lot. So, if whoever is ever so bold that you want me to pull up what your Sharon is, I can pull up what your Sharon is and tell you what it is that you need to heal. Like, for instance, Jace's Sharon.
Oh yeah, let's look his up because I feel like I know what it is.
I'm going to look at it first to see if it's something that I should say. Like, because it's very personal. It's like talking about your
Mine
wound.
isn't that bad though. So
But his Sharon is in Capricorn.
What
So
that mean?
Sharon is the wound that you need to heal in your life.
So what would that be?
It's called the wounded healer. So Sharon and Zodiac are mythological. He's the wounded healer. He's wounded, but he also knows how to heal at the same time. So your Sharon shows you what your wound is that you have carried with you since you've been born. Really, it's your birth chart. This is the wound that you will carry with you forever. And it also shows you how to work on healing that wound.
I love it.
Let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up. In Capricorn. Oh, this is going, let me go all the way down. Scorpio, Sag, Cap. Okay, so Sharon and Capricorn is a very intense and powerful placement. It brings a mixture of traits to the surface that can be very admirable and alluring to the unsuspecting. Sharon here gives a gift of genius, vision, and inventive idea gifting, as well as a strong mix of challenging traits, pridefulness, stubbornness, and secrecy. Let's see.
You can look mine up.
This site. Uh,
It didn't seem that bad.
No,
yeah,
it wasn't that bad. Oh,
but
I'm scared about mine. It's probably gonna be something crazy.
Yeah, so it's basically Sharon and Capricorn makes you one who is serious about their responsibilities and willing to put in time and dedication to create genuine success for yourself. Um, this placement, however, does not make you any less ambitious than the next person. These natives often strive for success, leading them to great heights.
Very true.
The Sharon and Capricorn points to a need or desire to heal their mind. The natal chart interpretation for Sharon and Capricorn gives several clues to psychic injury that is inherent part of this placement's meaning. So yeah.
So, like, what does that mean? It means like if he did need to heal something, it would be like, maybe his thoughts or mine. So, like counseling or something. I'm trying to figure out what that means.
I
Yeah,
don't like this site for one. I don't like Brian Hurt's site.
What you say, Zaria?
I said this one's a little bit confusing.
I'm gonna go to a different site because I don't like his site. Because he's trying to break it down in a cutesy way, and I don't like that.
Yeah, we just want to know the nitty gritty of like what need to be healed if you have, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
so here we go from this site, teaandrosemary.com. She says, Sharon and Capricorn is the wound of recognition.
Okay.
Bleed into many areas of your life that is not just job related. The Sharon and Capricorn wound is all about your need for achievements, your need to, where you feel unrecognized, unnoticed, unheard, and no matter how hard you try, you just feel this way. You probably feel as though you just fade into the background, especially in the area of the house of where your Sharon sits. So houses are also very important, but we're not going to get into houses because it's a whole different ball game. But yeah, basically, his Sharon is he wants to be noticed. He wants recognition.
That's very true. Like that's crazy true.
And respect.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he could have this sense of what do you want to call it? This sense of feeling
Not
like
belonging, kind of, or like wanting to be recognized, not getting enough recognition.
Yeah, the sense of feeling like a failure. I'm not being recognized. I'm not
That's
heard. I'm a nobody. So yeah, he has to
Or
heal.
like for the things that you do, wanting some praise for that, to be
Oh
recognized
my
for the
God.
things that you
Yeah.
do. Tell him he doing a good job, Zyra. When he doing a good job, you let him
I
know.
always do. I'll be hyping him up.
Oh, it says
yeah, that's right.
Capricorn. Oh, so I like this. Like how the chronic wound will show itself. If you have a Sharon and Capricorn, you probably work really, really hard to try to achieve some sort of social status or public well-being. This doesn't necessarily mean that you're a social climber. You might just be super socially conscious of what you say and how you say it, and do a lot for the general public. Work really hard in your career to try to get noticed, etc. A lot of this of course, will depend on the house, blah, blah. With your Sharon and Capricorn, you're really ambitious in some ways, but you get wounded over and over again when your efforts go unrecognized. You constantly feel like a failure. So yeah, that can be a deep wound to always have that feeling of never being good enough, or always feeling, and it's like it's totally in our heads to feel these ways, and it will make you act out like him probably being overly ambitious, going into overtime to get it. And there's nothing wrong with being a go-getter, but when you're working double time, triple time to try so hard, and yet that wound is never satisfied because you still feel like this in the end.
That's very true.
That's deep.
So yeah, Sharon can get very deep and very deep. So do you want me to look at your Sharon?
You could look at mine. Listen, I could take it.
Okay, let me go off of his chart here. I hope they got our charts. No, of course. I couldn't just hit the back button. Of course. I'm being lazy. Let me put yours back there. And Zyra, we did your Sharon. But what sign was your Sharon again now?
Mine was Sag. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I don't think yours is that bad.
It was just like the spirituality of life, trying to find your path, kind of.
Yeah, you have a problem with finding your true path in life. You feel like you're just kind of like floating around.
Yeah, and that's definitely true for me. It's like I can never land on something solid.
Okay, let's see. Gemini. Your Sharon is in Gemini.
Oh, this about to be messy.
You got a lot of Gemini, your close partner in crime. Okay. It says your Sharon and Gemini. Is it on my share? No, let me share this. How do I share this screen? I don't know. Sharon and Gemini, the wound of words. But I will share this link with you here though, so you can read it. Let me go to our private chat.
Oh yeah, I probably slice them and dice them with some words. Let me see what this gonna say.
So your Sharon of words, let's see, the Sharon and Gemini wound. The Sharon and Gemini wound comes from feeling unintelligent, stupid, or unable to properly communicate. This can manifest in a variety of ways, but always feels just the same inside. At their core, someone with Sharon and Gemini will feel different from others due to communication and intelligence. This can be due to moving to a foreign country without speaking the language, a speech impediment, social anxiety, a lisp, etc. But yours have to do with like that that breakdown in communication. So it's just listing like the ways that it could be the breakdown, I guess. Not having enough education as a child, or the individual always being told that he or she simply just wasn't intelligent. Sometimes this person with Sharon and Gemini just can't communicate their ideas in their heads to others in a way that makes sense or sounds the same. The Sharon and Gemini individual might also communicate in a way that's not acceptable for the time period, or, the time being, I guess it's saying. For instance, they may think in emotions and pictures, but be surrounded by those who think scientifically, or communicate through music instead of through words. So it's always this constant with you guys breakdown and communication with people. And that is your wound.
Oh, definitely. I think that's true. I do have a breakdown with communication with people sometimes. I definitely won't say it's because I'm unintelligent. It's just that the way I'm trying to articulate what I'm feeling, sometimes it gets lost in translation sometimes. And maybe that's what it could mean, but okay. I feel like a lot of things with communication comes into my birth chart and my sign with the Gemini characteristics that fall into my chart, because I am a Cancer, but I am on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer. So I know that I have those Gemini traits that seep in sometime. Interesting. I guess that wasn't that bad, except for they said I was stupid, but and that's not true. But that's interesting. That's interesting. I definitely think communication is something I constantly work on with people, because I like to make sure we have a good understanding. So that's interesting. So I saw in the comments, well, go ahead, I don't know where you're moving next, because we might get to it later.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I saw in the comments that someone said, who is great with a Taurus?
Well, you already said Cancers ain't it for you. I mean, Taurus ain't it for you, and you a Cancer. Because they say y'all are supposed to be a harmonious match. I don't understand. But then there's other aspects that obviously plays a part. But, Taurus and Cancers are supposed to be great partners. Like, y'all are like yin and yang, because y'all are opposites, I believe. Opposites are like, opposites attract. So generally, whatever sign, every sign has their opposite sign. So for Cancers, I believe it's Taurus. Just like for Pisces, it's Virgo. And yeah, see, I'm looking at it right now.
Well, they say that Cancers and Taurus go together like peas in a pod.
Y'all supposed to?
So yeah, we supposed to, but you are way more than your sun sign. We just talked about that. And so I think that there's certain things that attract certain people to you, and I am extremely attracted to intellectually stimulating conversation, and I think that's where like that Gemini stuff is coming in. And I like fiery stuff, and but I'm supposed to be, if we just go off of my sun sign, I'm supposed to be most compatible with Taurus and Pisces.
Yeah. Yes, Taurus. Like this chart that I'm pulling up here, it says Taurus and Cancer, like y'all is like ding da ding ding ding. Overall, 96% trust, 99% intellect, 85%. Emotions, they're definitely emotional, 99%. Values, 85. Like it's like all these, yeah, y'all supposed to be happy.
But the thing that
and water go together really well, period.
Earth and water, they do, but the thing is, I think some of this fire in my chart, like, you know what the problem is? Maybe it's something to do with this Juno that I just learned about today. But
somebody that's outgoing, yeah.
And the people that I find are the most outgoing and balls of are the fire signs.
It's Virgo too. See, it says Virgo, 85%.
Oh, absolutely. For who? A Cancer?
85%. Oh, for Taurus. I'm sorry, for Taurus.
Oh, I was about to say
65%, which they're supposed to be a match, but I also said this is 5. I don't know. Taurus and Virgo, 85%. Ding ding ding. Taurus and Taurus. I don't think I ever would want to be with my same sign, but it says y'all are 90% compatible. Pisces and Taurus, 90%. Yeah, I think we go.
Well, I heard Tauruses, they will. I heard they would dote on their lover. I have
But
heard
basically,
that.
y'all are very highly compatible with other Earth signs: Taurus, a Capricorn, a Virgo, Pisces, and Cancers are y'all matches.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. So I mean, when it gets into compatibility, it's pretty cool. I mean, but like it just depends. Like it's more than your sun sign. Like when it goes down the birth chart, like it gets a little bit more in depth.
Yeah,
So do we?
believing in compatibility, especially with just sun signs. I feel like, if anything, like my mom said, the Mercury is more important.
Yeah, I look at their Mercury. I look at their Mars as well.
Moon.
Yeah, I mean, I look at other aspects because they have to all match up. Like their
Mm-hmm.
Venus, like when they say what women are from Venus, men are from Mars, that's a true thing in astrology. That's why I don't know who broke that book. It wasn't about astrology, the book, but yes, that's a true thing. It's still a true statement in astrology because you're supposed to match up a female's Venus to a man's Mars. Because Mars is, first of all, Aries are the rulers of Mars. So there you go, right there. Mars is all about that action. Mars forces us to go out and act in like,
It's about relations too, huh?
yeah, it's about those spicy relations in the bedroom. Like, but it's definitely a planet about action. Like your Mars, depending on what, and Cancer Mars are ape shit. Like Cancer, if you have a
My
Cancer
Mars is in Scorpio.
but if you have a Cancer Mars or any of those fire sign, god dang Mars, they is like crazy. But they are the ones who will want to just like Mars can be very impulsive, but very go-getterish and just want to act. So you want a guy with that confidence, right? That action, he gonna, especially in the bedroom. So you always want to make sure your Mars sign, his Mars sign, is compatible with your Venus sign, and that's going to be a good match.
Do you have a good source where they can look that up?
Child, Google.
Okay, Google what Mars and Venus signs go together.
What Mars and Venus signs are compatible.
And Mars, you said, is the man and the Venus is the woman?
The Venus should be your sign and the Mars should be his sign.
Interesting. Yeah, so do we want to talk about anything else when it comes to the signs?
Now, I did
Like
forget one other aspect. So, when it comes to knowing yourself, we already went through your sun, your rising, who you present yourself as, your moon, how you feel, your Venus, how you love, your Mercury, how you communicate. I forgot one thing because I was going to it, but then I said I'll go back to it. When it comes to your sun sign, you can learn a lot about your sun sign by knowing what house your sun sign resides in. And this is the only aspect I'm going to tell y'all about when it comes to houses, because houses is a whole different ball game than learning about the planets. Planets and houses are two different things in birth chart readings. And I know about planets, but I'm not an expert in houses. But I will tell you, you want to look at what house your sun sign is in. So if I'm looking at your chart right here, because I have yours pulled up.
whose? Mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Your Cancer is in your 10th house. So if I Google Cancer, I'm just gonna Google Cancer Sun in the 10th house. That's what I'm gonna Google. And it's gonna tell me about you more specifically than just, oh, I'm a Cancer, tell me about my traits. No, it's gonna really, you're gonna be like, oh, like, oh, you psychic, how did you know? But this is where astrology, once you really get into it and y'all really start researching y'all charts, and you can just go down one thing one by one, even if it take you all 12 months of the year, go down one thing one by one, go through the houses one by one, and you are going to learn everything you need to know about yourself. Cancer, Sun, in 10th house. And it is going to tell me about you. See, so this little blurb right here, no, that's not enough of a blurb. let's what sites? Because I have my own. I have like favorite sites that I like reading from.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see my favorite site on here. Let me go. Oh, my favorite site. My site is on here. I lied. Let me go see what she has to say. I don't get in there, y'all. So the 10th house is all about career. So it says 10th house in Cancer in the 10th house. You care deeply about your career and successes. And because of that, can experience some upheaval and fluctuations until you finally devote yourself to something. You want to be seen as someone who knows what they're doing and can be looked up to. You can be very ambitious, creative, helpful with others once you do land on a career. You can have a career that's Cancer related, like dealing with the public in some way, nurturing others, um, being at home with family or for family. That's what that little blurb told me. So,
Okay,
but
that's true.
house, the 10th house base, because every house is different. That's why when you start to break down your chart and you include the houses, it'll tell you even more than just learning about the planets. So the 10th house in your chart it rules over your career, your social status, authority figures, and your life path. What kind of career you do best in, how you navigate that, your professions, all of that stuff. So to have a Cancer in the 10th house, you guys are very career minded and focused on that, and wanting to be, you're very ambitious and go-getters. Don't nobody have to tell y'all to act and to do. You just gonna act and do. Y'all want your own status in life.
That is
So
so true.
it puts a highlight on you being a Cancer, but then also I'm a Cancer, and why is she a different Cancer than me? Because I'm a Cancer too. No, that's because you're a Cancer in the 10th house. She might over there might be a Cancer in the 7th house, and that's going to be completely different because that house is going to affect her Cancerian traits. You see what I'm saying?
I would say that is very true. I am very ambitious. I am a go-getter. I have a insatiable desire for to be successful in whatever I put my mind to, especially when it comes to my career and my money. Because one of the things that is extremely important to a Cancer is stability.
Mm.
We do not like to guess about the future. Like we are very, very we are nesters. We want to build something. We want it to be stable and unbreakable. And it's almost an obsession for most Cancers. We don't like to um not know where we're gonna be. Like, I mean, I know that that's one of the Cancer traits. I mean, I'm not saying that every Cancer is all about their business, but we
Mm.
definitely don't like to be out on the street and not know where the next meal coming from and what we gonna do. So,
Yeah, Cancers are the mothers of the zodiac. They're very they don't like their home lives being disturbed. They need
and
it
we
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to one of the things, what I wanted to talk about, like I thought would have been fun was the rundown, like some of the little things that we notice about each sign. But since we on Cancer, Cancer, we are nurturers. Cancers are known to be the empaths of the zodiac because we feel everyone's feelings so intensely. People call and talk to Cancers because we will absorb everything you have to say, and Cancers are not usually judgmental people because it's like coming to mommy when the whole world has felt, down. And we are extremely loyal and we do things for people. Now that's the good parts of Cancer, right?
Mhm.
But a lot of people complain about Cancers as well. I mean, I would say that a lot of people think Cancers are great people, but then there's a lot of people who don't like the Cancer sign because we can either be the best person or the worst person because like Cancers are very open and loving unless you betray them. And then the crab locks down and they got pinchers, you know what I'm saying? So Cancers can be extremely petty when hurt, and vindictive, and then probably the worst person, you know, because you'll just be like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? And we get attached to people, and when we love you, it's like kryptonite to get rid of us. But when you do mess up, you are completely cut off for life. I'm just saying, that's how Cancer.
Yeah.
Wow. How are Pisces? Talk about yourself.
I don't know. I mean, people talk about Pisces get a bad rap. I think everybody feel like their sign gets a bad rap. But Pisces are like you, just like Cancers. They're like emotional people. They're very sensitive and feeling, intuitive, artistic and creative. Pisces definitely taps into that. They're very creative. They're considered the elders of the zodiac because they have traits of all the signs. Like, you know, Aries begins the zodiac year. So Aries are considered the babies. They're the very first sign to pop out the universe womb, so to speak. And then the 12th sign, we get all the way to the zodiac end of the year. And the 12th sign is Pisces. So we are considered the elders, the eldest of the signs, because we done been through all of these signs to get here. So Pisces usually carry a certain level of, I want like spiritual wisdom or mystique, or, you know, just certain things that they might know, or, you know, they're very into the spirit realm. And we're ruled by Neptune. Neptune is a very dark, mystical type of planet. So when it comes to Pisces, a lot of times they can feel misunderstood, yada yada, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But then the bad things about Pisces is, yeah, Pisces sometimes can be self-absorbed or in their heads, or Pisces can be very nonchalant about things when they want to be. And they can just be like, yeah, whatever. Like, we're not that emotional. People think we're like these crybabies, but we're not. But they can be very nonchalant. They can be very self-absorbed or selfish people into themselves. Pisces can, when they get
Dreamers.
very, oh yeah, very dreamers. They can have a whole world in their heads. When they get upset, you have to get them very upset. They can go, it can be an explosion. Or if they're really troubled and bothered, they can really go into themselves. I think Cancers do that too, but they can really,
Cancers are moody by the moon. I forgot to mention that. I don't think Pisces are as moody. You guys can.
I think Pisces keep a lot to themselves more
yeah,
than like
Yeah.
other
go
water
into
signs,
themselves.
and they just let themselves get like fed up to where they do blow up.
Yeah,
Very mysterious people sometimes, Pisces.
Mhm.
they can go very inward. Like, and
Very
that's
spiritual too, though.
because if you go, you know, some of my Pisces friends that I met, I'm like sometimes they can just disappear for a long time. Like, where did you go? But like when they get into when you get a Pisces that's going into their dark, like they're getting really dark or depressed, they can really go into themselves. And like, if they don't pull themselves out, that could be really dangerous. So they got to definitely be mindful of that, because Pisces are also prone to addictions. Pisces have very addictive personalities. Like, because they're almost like, you know, I don't know, like Aries and Pisces match in a lot of ways at that. Like, Aries can be very impulsive people, but Pisces can be super freaking impulsive people as well. Like, we can get a thought and be like, boom, okay, I'm about to do that. Like, we can just float here. Like, we can, like, we Pisces, because Pisces also, what I forgot to mention, when it comes to zodiacs, you have 3 modalities. They call modalities. So Pisces are mutable. And mutable signs are we can go with the flow. We can adapt to things. We're very spontaneous. We get a thought, we do it. And mutable signs are Pisces, Geminis, and I feel like I'm Sagittarius. Pisces, Geminis, and Sagittarius are mutable signs. Cancers are cardinal signs.
Yeah, we would not understand that. We'd be like, what is wrong with you? Did
I
you
don't
plan for that?
Yeah, oh, that's always your thing. But yes, because Pisces are like, oh, I'm about to do this. I mean, in some ways with immutable signs, that adaptability that they're able to just boom, I can adapt. Boom, all right, boom, no problem. I can adapt to that. Like, that's a great quality for us to have. But then, you know, sometimes, am I a very organized person? Hell to the mother freaking no. I'm not. And that's to our detriment. That's the con of being a mutable sign. Yes, we're very highly adaptable to situations, but at the same time, our life is like not as organized as other people's. But I know where all my stuff is on that dresser, just like my mom used to always. I know where everything is though.
And that's where her Cancer friend comes in, like, hello, we need to organize this and get this all together, because guess what, we're going into this and I need to know what we about to say. I don't know, maybe not a lot of Cancers can just live in the moment, like, I
Yeah, because
mean,
we're very in the
sometimes,
moment
but
people. Like we just boom, boom, boom. But like I said, sometimes when we act and not think, yeah, that could get us in trouble. I mean, when I was younger, that got me in a lot of trouble. That when I was younger, that was like I had a lot of YOLO moments, and by the grace, I am still here to testify and give my
and
testimony.
we sure did. And guess what? Guess what this Cancer was doing? Girl, hold on, because we ain't about to do this, and we not doing that, and we not doing this. I was always trying to be somebody's mother, but I really wasn't. I was just trying to make sure we were safe.
It was a different.
So let's go on to Scorpio, okay? Because you see, Scorpio got, like, they cool, but they very mysterious to me. I don't know what be going on with y'all.
I just think we don't like people being in our business. Like,
Yeah, Scorpios is more private and secretive than Pisces. Okay, Scorpios.
I just feel like people think we're being secretive all the time, but for me, it's just like, what do you need to know this for? Like, even if somebody asks me where I'm going, it's like, why do you need to know I'm going somewhere? Like,
Scorpios, our family is full of Scorpios. I don't know.
I don't know.
Zyraya, my mother, two of her sisters, like our family is full of Scorpios. But Scorpios are very
vengeful if they mad. I heard they calculate a whole doggone.
Definitely get a bad rep. I feel like the men deserve it, but Scorpio women,
Oh, okay.
you know, they can definitely be that vengeful, jealous. But you're not a jealous person, but
I'm not a jealous person because of a lot of my placements.
Jealous,
But
very envious. I've been around.
Highly sex. They always get a reputation for that. But you know, Cancers, we got a little. What you know what our sign look like? You know what I'm saying?
Y'all don't like people being.
It's on a low.
I will say that y'all don't like people being in your business. And they are super paranoid, and that annoys the crap out of me.
Are they?
We have a reason for being paranoid because we have
y'all are the most paranoid signs.
Why y'all paranoid? Hold up, I want to hear this. Why? What's going on?
Everything.
It's just because of our past. Like, you know, with Scorpios, one of our main issues is that we can't let go of the past. We live in the past, and I just feel like we just have trust issues, and we're paranoid about everything because you don't know what's going to happen.
Oh gosh,
I
I don't know if I could do that. I ain't never had no Scorpio.
Paranoia is out the roof. I used to be around Scorpios.
Yeah, be on guard.
We could just be out, and they be like, "Why are they looking at us like that?" They must think that like you're not about to get me in no fight.
I don't really know much about Scorpios. They cool. They show you what they want, and that's about it. That's all you gonna know.
As long as you're cool to us, you know, just don't get on our bad side. And that's it. That's it.
But they're definitely reserved. I think for the most part, water signs are definitely all of them in general are very reserved,
very private
people, and we all get bad reps. Well, not Scorpio, not y'all. Y'all don't count. Like y'all are like fire signs of water signs to me.
Everybody always trying to play Cancers like we cry about everything.
Yeah,
we
cry. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Cancers cry though. It ain't crying because we emotional. It's crying because Cancers got a dark side.
I know Cancers are
it's like let me cry so you know it don't go too left.
Cancers are crazy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like I think water signs in general get a bad rap. Especially Pisces and Cancers. Cancers are known.
Cancers get a bad rap. You either love Cancers or you hate us.
I don't think Cancers get that much as Scorpios and
Gemini. I never really seen Cancers cry, but Cancers are very moody. Yeah, Cancers. I feel like they're very, very moody people. But I've never seen a Cancer. Like I can't say they're crybabies.
I definitely have, but I feel like they're emotional in like a different kind of way. Like they may not cry, but they might have an attitude, or like for people my age, they always posting sad stuff. Like that's just what I've seen. They always in their feelings.
We always in our feelings.
I would have to agree with that. They always in
they're
their
not.
feelings about something.
Yeah, we are always in our feelings, but the problem with Cancer is that we let a build up happen. Okay,
Yeah,
like it's like, okay, you did this, no, you did
yeah,
that, okay, you did that, and then it's like one day you don't know nothing's wrong, and then it just be like, you did this and you did that and you did this, and I'm just in my feelings. I don't know why Cancers do that. I mean, I think that once you get more evolved with just letting people know how you feel and stop letting it build up, you won't be as moody. But I don't know, Kansas is just moody, and not everybody can deal with it. But one day we love you, and the next day we got attitude.
Cancers care a lot, and I think that's why.
And we want it back, and we never get it as deep as we give it, and that's just what it is. Okay, so let's talk about people who ain't on here real quick before we it's yeah. So what about those? So we covered all the water because we are water. So what about the fire?
I love fire signs.
Me too.
I love them.
They gotta. There is things I don't love about them though. Okay.
Oh, it is, but
one of the things I'm gonna talk. Okay, let's go on. What Aries? Let's talk about Aries.
I don't like Aries women.
I like Aries women.
I don't like Aries. They're
I like the girls a lot. Like I like the girls.
They got masculine energy or something. Like
I like.
Boss. I don't know too many Aries girls like that.
Aries
I mean,
they are so fine. They are so hilarious. Like first of all, I think they're very intense.
They are. They're okay.
Very fast. Like
they just move really fast. They like over here, over there, over there.
Because they're women. They go 0 to 100 real quick. But I don't know if you like Aries women will go to freak off at the drop of a dime.
They really will.
Like so, they're very short tempered, but the men are as well. But they're very short tempered. They will go 0 to 100 real quick. And from the ones that I've seen in relationships, like I said, they get very. But Scorpios do too. I used to always tell Zyra like the intensity of you guys. Like sometimes it could be so.
I toned it down though. I toned it down.
I think Aries the same way. Aries women, anyways, they get very intense. But again, that's a female thing.
I don't know no Aries women like that.
I just associate Aries women with attitudes. Like they just always seem to be going off. Attitudes.
They are fire. So fire are noticeable and loud. And like I said,
But I feel like the men are more like friendlier than them. Like they're more calm and chill when they're not, angry about something. But
the Aries men can be extremely fun,
very
outgoing. Fun. Keep it real entertaining.
Really friendly.
They claim that when it talks about the bedroom with signs, they say Aries men have like very, very strong stamina. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what they say. I mean, I'm sure it's probably not for everybody, but that's what they say. I like Aries guys. I think they're very fast with it. The only thing I can say is there is things I don't like about them, such as their passive aggressiveness that they have. Like I've seen, they're very emotionalist nature to things.
Very
like I am
a highway with them.
Yeah, you just lovers of self. Yes. Too selfish.
Their motto, I am.
They're kind of childish with their
temperament. I could pull up our mottos because every sign has a motto, but their motto is I am, literally.
And some of them need to grow up.
Very
their own biggest fans. They are like everything evolves around them.
Everything they do is right.
I mean, you have to think they are the first sign. They're the babies of the zodiac, and it shows. Like they are the kids of the zodiac.
Literally little kids is how they act.
Yeah, like literally,
like little kids.
But I will say the good thing is they are super fun when you on that roller coaster with them, and it's the good times. You know what I'm saying?
I love their energy. That's the main thing.
Oh, their energy is so passionate. So good. And an ambitious Aries is like no other. Like if they are the ambitious Aries, they are going to be the boss. Like they are very fast with it. But there's also the flip side to Aries. Okay, so we done with Aries, or are you pulling up with something?
I was just pulling up the mottos of each sign.
Okay, so what's the other one? Sag. Let's talk about Sag.
I like Sag.
Love Sagittarius women. I think they're cool. They are very helpful. They like to help friends in need. I think Sagittarius. I've had some great Sagittarius friend. I had an ex boyfriend that was a Sagittarius, and he was wild and crazy. Ooh, they got a wild side.
Yeah, I like Sagittarius. I like the women. Again, I like the women more. I think they're very like they like Sagittarius to
They go
me
with the
like
flow.
hippies. They're like the hippies of
Yes.
the zodiac because they can be very philosophical. They always got to be on the go. Sagittarius, but the ninth house. I'm a ninth house Pisces, so I know like for me having my sun sign in the ninth house, like they love to be out on the go. Like they love traveling. They love like they're very philosophical people. They can like tell you some old hit the blunt and tell you some old off the wall crazy stuff. Like what? Who thinks
If
that?
you're going through a crisis, Sagittarius people are very uplifting. Like I know that my like me, because I could get like Cancer can go to a very dark place when going through a lot of things. And I think a Sagittarius friend is good for them because they will go to great lengths to pull you back into
And their motto is
brightness.
I see. I think yeah, Sagittarius for the most part, they're a good time. I think they're always like super optimistic and
I like how optimistic they are, but I just feel like what I can't stand about them is they're just too nonchalant sometimes.
yeah, maybe the optimism is too unrealistic.
Yeah, they're a little too
But
unrealistic for
like you
me.
said, they are good. They would be good to like, uplift your spirits.
I
Like,
feel like
girl,
on a
let's
deeper level, they're just not for me because I would just get annoyed by how positive and nonchalant they are all the time.
well, I mean, what you want them to be? I
The
think
only thing
They
I
don't
can
care
say,
about other people's feelings. They're like, oh well, that hurt you. Oh well.
well, I just don't like how I have heard that Sag people will tell you to get out your emotions. And
Exactly, and I
don't
can't
tell no Cancer that, because
do that.
mm-mm.
So as
But
friends, yeah,
I like Leo. Ooh,
that's the one that I might
child.
not like out of all the fire signs.
Now, Leo, I have found out very interestingly that Leo and Cancer has this unique bond that could work, right? Because it's the father and the mother of the zodiac, opposites attract, and it's like some rare thing where Cancer and Leo could get together. But my problem with Leo is that, especially, I'm talking about the men, completely and utterly self-absorbed.
Definitely.
that's a
So
Leo for you.
private.
They're
Oh
ruled
my
by the sun.
goodness, why?
They are literally the sun sign. They are ruled by the sun, and the sun. It's all about the sun is shining in your face. It's all about the sun.
I
Yes.
mean, you will be like the right Leo, you will be hypnotized. Ooh, my gosh, they come in there and they're just amazing. But in a relationship, it's kind of hard when it's just self-centered like that. You have to give back to others. And I find that Leos have a hard time doing that
They
sometimes.
want to lead everything.
Very
They want
controlling.
somebody who wants to follow them and kiss their feet.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want a Leo if you have a Juno and Leo.
I
And you
have a Leo moon and a Juno and Leo.
Leo needs all the attention. You are not going to get it. They need all the attention.
That's why I could never work with a Leo. Never work for
I don't want to bash all the signs. I think the
Now Leos do have they're supposed to be very emotional people, but it's in a different way for the fire signs. I will say that Leos really love their children. They do a lot for their kids. Now I'm not gonna say that they're like the most emotionally nurturing person to their kids, but I do notice that Leos like luxury. Um there is a bad trait, with some of the Leo men that they're said that they could be users. They like to be taken care of, like money wise. They look for status. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like Leos get a bad rap sometimes.
I think that Leos
Um,
are sweethearts, though. They're really kind.
Leos can be cheats.
what did
They,
you say, Zyraya?
I said I think that Leos are really like sweethearts. Like for the people they love, they will do the most for them to show them
Yeah.
like, affection and stuff. But it's just that they want to lead. Is
But
the
the thing, but the thing is, how many people really get into that sacred circle of
Leos
Leo's
have
gang
trust
gang?
issues. They have lots of trust issues, but
But when I was in Atlanta, I did have a Leo friend. She was like one of my first friends when I first started working at this job I had. And she was like the sweetest girl. We still friends on Facebook. She was like the sweetest girl in the world. And one thing I did like about Leos, at least the girls anyways, is that they are very loyal. Leo
Yeah, the girls.
so loyal, and like Zyra said, they are so sweet. They're sweethearts.
Yeah.
They are. They don't like conflict.
They are sweethearts. But yes, they do have that luxurious side. Like her money blew put a hole in her pocket all the time. We get paid. They luxury. They like if they got one thing that they like. Her thing was like those purses, MK. I don't know, Michael Kors. Yeah, she was gonna go get her a purse, a wallet, or something. They
And
do.
I mean, I'm of course like this don't pertain to everybody, but they do say that you know, I mean, I have relatives that are very loving person, could like to be the life of the party, entertain, invite everybody over and feed them. You know what I'm saying? I like the Leo women way more than than Leo men, because I just feel like the Leo women are very loyal to their friends. You know, one thing that I like about Leo is very powerful with their words. It could be a good thing or a bad thing. A lot of the Leos that I know, they can speak life into you. Like they really have very motivational speeches, or they can cut you down to the white meat. Like it can go either way with a Leo. But I like, for the most part, I really enjoy Leo women. I have family members, I've had friends, they're fun. I don't know about the Leo men. That's a different one. Um, so air signs.
I don't like any air signs. Let's just put that out there. Air signs are a no for me.
All of them.
I don't really care for air signs, but I will say I do like Aquarius.
I do like Aquarius, but it's still a no for me.
But it's still like, yeah, like I think out of all of them though, I like
I
Aquarius.
find that Aquarius can be a bit flaky.
I just don't like Libras.
But my thing,
so fake.
wait a minute. We just brushed over Aquarius. Like Aquarius people, they cool and all, but they could be a little bit flaky. I'm sorry, I don't like that.
Yeah, because you know what, and I get a rat. Like I don't know if it's my Aquarius Mercury. I don't know if it's because like it's my sister sign because they right next door. But I always get a rap for being like having Aquarian like tendencies, because I will say Aquariuses are very flaky. They're very I thought I was nonchalant. They can be very nonchalant about things.
Too nonchalant.
Big time ghosters. Big time ghosters.
I am like so bad. I'm a serial ghoster. But you know what you told me, like it's bad. I don't ghost people. Like don't ghost people, but Aquarius is maybe it's because my Mercury is Aquarius. They're very air signs. This is what my problem as a water sign with air signs is air signs out of all the zodiacs, they're just very logical people. They're very logical thinkers. So the emotion isn't there for me when dealing with air signs. So
that's a no for me.
It's too surface.
Because they're always up here. And like I don't like how can y'all just
the only one who can match water sign?
Like they're
wait a minute, y'all both talk. I can't hear.
That's my only beef with air signs though, is that they're very logical people. So you have to come at them with logic.
I'm not coming at you with logic. Listen,
they're not gonna give you this. They're not.
Well, my thing is that's what I've always had a problem with air signs. Like I understand that, and I can be logical, but you can't be emotionless about everything. Exactly. Like, do you have a feeling? Show what is wrong with you. You know what I mean? I can't.
Especially Libra, because I feel like Libra, they're logical, but they'll try to fake like they have emotions.
Because Libra they are charming. That's
they'll play you. Like, I don't know.
And then once you over and they're charming, working no more, that's when you see the air. That's when you see the Libra.
Gemini is like the only sign who I can have emotional conversations with, because you know they like talking. Oh, and they can get deep too.
Well, I will say the most romantic of all the signs that could lay it on you is a Libra. Mm-hmm. They have you charmed down to the floor until you realize
charmed down pat
until you realize that You ain't the only one being charged.
Exactly.
Big
Artist,
time cheaters of the zodiac, Libra.
con artist.
Now think about all the Libra celebrities that are fall under Libra for one.
NBA young boy.
You got T.I., Lil Wayne. We should have did that. We should have went over all the things. But it's a lot of them that fall under the Libra sign.
Libra's just, ugh.
Okay, Gemini. Cause Gemini,
Poor Gemini.
Geminis are cool, but Gemini's got one bad thing. Messy. Ooh, just be
Yeah,
talking too much.
Geminis have a bad rep for being gossipy. They especially like a lower vibrational Gemini that's not evolved. Geminis can be definitely very messy, very gossipy. Don't tell them nothing. You don't want your business all over the place because a Gemini like to talk.
I don't think they do it on purpose though. I think that they just get too comfortable and they can play all sides and it just be spilling out on accident.
Geminis are good friends though. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a lot of good Gemini friends. I mean, it's not really necessarily that they're loyal. It don't say it in their sign, but the Gemini friends, they hang in there with you. Like I like my Gemini friends.
They good to talk to.
Fun.
I think that's where one thing where the logic comes in at. If you go to a Gemini with a problem or an issue and you talk to them, they are good at listening and then providing feedback. So they are good to talk to, Gemini people. And a little known fact, most entertainers, like singers and rappers, are Geminis. So they're very creative people.
Articulate with the words.
Right. When it comes to vocals, they're very creative people. Tupac, Biggie, like a lot of them fought. Prince is a Gemini. Like a lot of entertainers are Geminis.
Well, Geminis can be big time players.
Don't settle
They can
down.
be. They settle down eventually.
Want to settle down, but they just can't. Like they don't want to feel like they're controlled.
Oh, okay. I don't really know, but I just know I have some really
Eyes, because they the twins, and they get the rep for being two-faced.
Yeah, like one day they'll want to be with you, and the next day they don't. Like you just never know.
They do have those two sides to them.
I never dated no Gemini, but I have a lot of Gemini female friends, and I like my Gemini friends. But you know, I got all this Gemini in my chart, so we just be chatty Cathy, okay? So I love it. I love the conversations with Geminis. It's bomb.
And then we go through Aquarius.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really.
Out of all of them, I think Aquarius can be the most emotionally void of the air sign. Like Aquarius are emotionless people. I don't know how you can survive off of logic, but they do it very well. Like maybe they just carry their emotions on the inside.
Well, I think that women Aquarius can be very emotional, but I think they just block their emotions off because I've seen a lot of Aquarius women be very emotional.
Well, I know
relationships, but
they not very confrontational. I can't have a productive I don't think they productive arguers, in my opinion. I don't know.
And Gemini makes me very dark. Think of prime good example, another celebrity, The Weeknd. All of his music is very dark. For like the first 2 or 3 albums, all he did was sing.
Trouble.
Very trouble, yes.
Very trouble.
It can be very dark people.
Really?
Gemini have a dark side. They're overthinkers. They get depressed easily.
Geminis like to be surrounded by a ton of people. That's all I know. I like I'm a Cancer. If I'm in my feelings, listen, you might not see me for about 3 months. You be like, dang, you okay? Yeah, I'm back now. You know, but they like to be like from some of the Geminis I know when they going through, they like to be around people. That is so the opposite of me. I don't like that. That's what I hear. But yeah, that's a little bit on our take. On the sun.
Oh, you didn't do the earth signs.
Oh gosh, how am I forget about the earth signs?
Out of all the signs, I don't like earth signs.
Earth signs are boring, a little bit.
I love Tauruses. Don't y'all talk about my Tauruses. I love Tauruses.
You know what? Out of all the earth signs, I like the Tauruses the most. So I will say that I like the Tauruses the most out of all earth signs. But earth signs, yes, they are very boring.
But no, don't give them.
Very regimented people, very structured.
Okay, so if we're gonna talk about sorry, go ahead, Zaire. I can't hear you.
I feel like Virgo is the most non-boring of all of them.
Yeah, they'll turn up, but they so doggone judgmental and
Yeah, look at
everything
their
gotta be their
motto.
way.
I scrutinize. That's their motto.
I
I
personally
judge.
have
Listen,
struggled
they do it
with
to
Virgo.
themselves too. It's not personal.
I
They
can't
do it like
take it. I'm a
that.
Cancer. I can't take
Virgos
it.
are very judgmental.
Don't do that to me.
Very
They do
judgmental.
it because they want to help people.
Yeah, they do want to help. They like to be in
Mm,
service of others.
but they can't
Mhm.
take what they dish, and that is my problem. If you're gonna tell me and read me all about myself, and then I'll read you back, and you just about to fall out, then that's a problem. And that's
It's
what I
just 'cause
noticed
they
with
already
all Virgos.
about themselves, though. They like, well, I already know. I already went through all of it. So why are you telling me this?
They're very.
No, they don't. I don't find that Virgos are extremely self-aware. They like to tell people about themselves, and they don't like you to tell them about themselves.
No, you know what? I do think they're self-aware because I think from knowing Virgos and like, okay, you have Michael Jackson and Beyonce are both Virgos. I think they're very hard on. I think they're the hardest on themselves. So
Yeah,
when other people are also like, I'm a judge you now, and then like they take that hard because first of all, Virgos
they're
chase
working on it.
and perfectionism, as we all know, is something that you're never going to obtain. It doesn't exist. And that's what they chase. They want to be perfect. I think they want to be perfect on appearances wise. On the outside, they want everything to look perfect, be polished, and blah, blah, blah. That's why Virgo entertainers, they are like undeniably talented. But I think that also comes with a lot of pressure, and they are the most hardest on themselves. But like you said, if you judging me, then I'm definitely gonna judge you, and then don't get mad because I'm judging you back.
Well, they don't feel like anybody can read like they can. And maybe they do, maybe they are self-aware and know about it. They just don't want you telling them about it, but they can tell you about yourself. That has been my experience. And it's probably a lot of Virgos who can't stand Cancers because I feel like Cancers, we are not judgmental at all. People can say that all they want to, but people come and tell Cancers all their deepest, darkest, whatever secrets. And we don't we take all the information in and we rub them on their back and say it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah,
try
that's
to give you
what
some
I
good
don't like
advice.
about Virgo. They
I
suck at
don't
giving advice. They're gonna tell you that you were wrong.
I don't like that. So that maybe that's why I clash with Virgos a lot because I just don't like that energy. Um Capricorns. Oh,
I love Capricorns.
Their
oh, they
model is
so
perfect. Capricorns I use. They
they have
Capricorns
tunnel
are very
vision on what they trying to do.
people.
Very most of the time, and we can't say everybody, but a lot of Capricorns are very driven about what they want to do. Like
Yeah, I do like that about.
um they'll get it done. You know what I'm saying? My son is a Capricorn. He is extremely smart, extremely driven, but they so want. Like, come on, I want to go to the party. Like, man, I don't want to
You're
go
not
to the
gonna get that.
party.
Out of all air
There.
signs, they're the most boring. You are not gonna get that. Capricorns to me are very traditionalist, and
Mhm.
they just I mean maybe they have fun just sitting there. Like they don't want to do nothing. They live a very boring lifestyle. Like give them a 9 to 5. They making their money because they all about that bread. They got their family. They like structure, and they
Mhm.
content. They have.
I feel like endgame for me, like if I was to have a husband, I don't want him to be a Capricorn because they make their money and they have their family, and that's enough for them. Like they
Yeah,
don't
they
need that
do. They
extra
are
stuff.
big on like family
And
unit, a family.
yeah, I feel like they're like the best people to build with.
They would probably be the best guys to domesticate. Like
Mhm.
they will go right into the fold and just create.
Exactly.
I
They're
have
the
this
best
routine
people.
and they will stick to it, and that's just they just like the military. I don't know.
They are, and I one thing I will say is when you piss off a Capricorn, they hold a grudge for a god million
Oh,
damn
they are
years.
very spiteful people. Hmm. Yeah,
I
they
mean, I just don't know how you can ever penetrate them again once, like once they you piss them off. Like I don't know when you will ever get forgiven for
like they're
real.
gonna get you
Like
back. Trust me, they're gonna get you back.
I mean, but for the most part, very dependable people.
Mhm.
You
Reliable.
need somebody reliable.
They're funny though. I'll give them that.
They what?
They're funny. Like their
Yeah.
humor.
I mean, I guess some of them do, but some of them real dry, honey. I don't know. They don't
No,
crack
they
a smile.
dark humor.
But yeah, they're very loyal, structured, hardworking people. Like if there was ever a good person to be the boss at a job, it would be if there was a good person to lead this presidency, it would be a Capricorn. Like they make good leaders. Like they know how they can delegate. They're gonna work hard. They're gonna do what needs to be done. They work overtime. They'll have 5 jobs.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think
they ain't even worried about partying. They fine.
right.
They
I was gonna
fine
say, I
by
don't think I
themselves.
know any Capricorn that took a vacation. Do y'all know what PTO is? Do y'all know what a vacation?
I'm
Do
sure
y'all
they
know what a break is?
and they so fine in their solitude.
Yeah. Leave them alone. They
I
fine.
got to turn up more than that. I'm sorry. So my son, that one, me and my little Cancer one, we be gone. That one, he be by himself and he fine, he content.
Taurus.
Taurus women are awesome. I
Yeah,
like them.
Taurus almost have no flaws.
Oh
I
dang, she
know.
love Taurus.
The little one is a Taurus. They like I do like Tauruses. I do. Out of all the earth signs, I like Tauruses. Tauruses are so sweet.
So giving. So
And yes, they're so good. They're like Libras. They remind me a lot of Libras, but they're not as bubbly as a Libra.
I don't know
They're
about that,
very
but
sweet. They're upbeat people. They're very
they
giving.
they love to help someone in need, and it actually hurts them a lot because they go out of their way to save people all the time, and sometimes they shouldn't. You just gotta let them drown sometime, Taurus.
They will
It's
be
okay.
your biggest hype man. Like I used to date these they will hype you. They will have your head like up here. Okay, they will go, girl. You look bad in that. They our girl looking good tonight. We about to go and kill them. Like they will have
Yep.
you hype, girl, and you could be looking a hot mess. They're gonna hype your ass up. Like I love that about Taurus guys. They always gonna have the good
And
tell on the food. Don't trip. Like y'all,
ooh, Taurus is like to eat. You hear
they
me? They know where all the good food at, and a lot of them can cook their ass off too, just like Cancer. So, like, yeah, that's why we get along because Cancer be cooking and Taurus be eating. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I will say about Taurus is that even though they're an Earth sign, I have many Tauruses that they will always check in on you. And I love that as a Cancer. Maybe that's why they say we so good together. Because the Taurus will definitely call. They know you went through something. They're gonna call you that next morning. How you feeling today now? And I just love that as a Cancer about Taurus people.
Yeah, they definitely do. They care a lot about their friends. They have like very long-term friendships.
Very loyal
Friends.
people.
supportive friend that's gonna hype you up, come around, try to make you laugh, smile, laugh, be silly around you. And Taurus are very affectionate.
I just like that Taurus are straight shooters. They don't beat around the bush. They usually tell you exactly how they feeling about you. They ain't with all this charming you and lying and like they usually straight shooters with how they feeling about whatever the situation is. I'm very
That's
articulate with that.
really agree with. I feel like they can be a little bit manipulative sometimes in the sense that they won't tell you that they don't feel the same way about you. Or maybe that's just like tourist women.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
They kind of go along with the flow sometimes. They might lead you on a little bit.
Ooh, so Taurus women are the players then. That's
Yeah, I feel like
Like,
tourist women can be.
one, because we ain't talking about the bad parts. Like they both players to me. I dated like
Yeah,
3 Tauruses.
are like cheaters too.
they do say Tauruses can be cheaters.
The
Yes,
men,
they do.
they are from the planet again. Their ruling planet Libra and Taurus. That's the rep they get. They are from Venus. So I feel like those two, especially, they're constantly chasing love, constantly chasing
I
that.
feel like people chase that.
Like, the minute that they don't feel that anymore, like they constantly need that stimulation. From what I got from Taurus guys,
Yeah, they say you can't let a tourist get bored. You got to keep it
you
spicy.
got to go because the minute they start getting bored with you, his behind gonna be over there with her.
Exactly.
But they say Taurus will actually leave you though, right? Taurus will actually they not gonna be like the Libra and have you forever because Libras love to be in a relationship now. They just might be cheating. But the Taurus will leave you, right?
He'll be like, listen, I'm in love. They always in love. You know what? My tourist friend ain't watching this, but I swear to God, they always in love. Like I know a tourist that been married 3 times. Like they is always in love. Okay, I'm in love. I met this girl. He will tell you, I met this girl. I think she the one for me. I was just the one for you 2 months ago. Like tourists,
Right.
yes, they are very floaty and flaky when it comes to love because they always need it. They need it all the
They
time.
move on quick. Oh, I didn't talk about one of the bad sides of tourists. They got one that bull. Oh my goodness!
Oh
Don't you
yeah,
piss no tourists
don't
off.
do that.
They get violent. Like you got to just be like, okay, you can't calm them down. You just gotta just move
You
over
just gotta let
here,
it
let
go.
it take its
That's the
course.
little one. That was the little one. You gotta let it go. Like when she get upset, if one of
Mhm.
them done disturbed her peace, and she get mad,
You don't want nobody touching her. Don't talk
yes,
to her.
Oh, it is hell to pay.
Alone. Mm-hmm.
you gotta just let them you gotta let it ride out.
But
Yeah,
Taurus
ain't no,
don't get mad easily. I feel like they take a lot of stuff before they get mad.
Yeah, they blow up. They the blow up types like Cancer. Like they will let it build. Like it takes a lot for that blow up.
Like you would think they're a pushover before they blow up.
well, one of the things that I find in common as a Cancer with Taurus is that we give a lot and people don't give it back. And that's the problem. Like I know I give a very intense love, and I know that Taurus people probably feel they give a very intense love too. But what happens is like Cancers will give, but people like take our kindness for weakness, and then Cancer got that real crazy side. But Taurus, they do more for people sometimes than they should, and they don't know when to cut it off. They always trying to save somebody,
That's
and I
definitely true.
and they get themselves in bad situations helping other people. I know a lot of Tauruses that have had themselves, found themselves in bad situations, overstepping and giving to people when they should have just let them go.
And that is like one of my worries with the little one because she is a Taurus, bless her heart, with a Libra rising.
So giving and kind. So
And
sweet.
I just know, like, I just know she gonna get a little bit older and get the hard knocks of life.
Mhm. So yeah, I think we covered about everybody. So this was a fun, lighthearted one tonight.
Yes. And yeah, you guys go to that link in the bio because I did put where you can get your own chart and do it. And like I said, you can literally like copy it, paste it into Google it and read it. Like this dude, that's what I used to do. Let me copy this. It says Pisces sun in the block. Copy that, paste it, read it. Like that's all you gotta do. Copy and paste all day until you get all throughout your chart. But yeah, learn about yourself
Yeah.
through astrology. It's like really fun and it's really revealing.
Yeah, and I mean, and if at the very least you want to know your sun, your moon, and your rising, I mean, at the very least, and it can be very interesting. And like I said, it is once you find out that your moon is in whatever, or like you can search it on YouTube. What is the characteristics of someone moon and whatever? If you don't want to read it, there's lots of astrologers on here that really break it down, and it's really, really, an entertaining thing.
Yeah.
Nice little background listening, video while you're working or moving around the house or whatever. So
I mean, or you could just pay somebody to do your chart.
yeah, you can do that too.
Fastest way. They'll do it for you and send you a nice little here's your chart.
Hmm. Yeah. So
Right. I think we was doing the takeaway, but yeah, what's
well, no, we could do it. Okay. Well, I go first. My takeaway for today is that with deep love, self love is knowing thyself inside and out. Know yourself, know your likes. Maybe you might want to look at your chart before you start dealing with somebody. I mean, I don't know. That's what I've been starting to do, especially like learning your communication style, because communication is key in any relationship. And so I think if you start there versus just saying, "Oh, I'm a Cancer, I'm a Leo, I'm a Taurus, I'm a Pisces or Scorpio or whatever you are," like just get deeper into your chart and know yourself. And I mean, and you may find something very interesting. So I love it. It's very interesting for me.
okay, Zyria, why did you get into astrology or what's your takeaway?
So just like UC said, I feel like it tells you a lot about yourself and anything that you might be confused on, like why do I, communicate like this or why do I feel like this? It can tell you everything you need to know. And that's why I got into it, is so I can understand myself more and understand how I connect with other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just the same thing that they're saying. I feel like if you are struggling with knowing yourself more, or you want to know yourself more, or you want to know those certain things, like she was saying, why do I act like this, or why do I react to these things like this, or why do I have trouble communicating with this person, or why do I feel like it's a barrier, or in this area I have a hard time. Your chart can reveal all of that for you, and tell you more about those things so that you can work on it, or it can give you insight like, oh, okay, that's why. And then your child might, reading up on it might give you tips on how you can manage it, or it's something that you can improve on or do better on. So that's why I always loved astrology and found it very interesting when I discovered it.
Yes, that's awesome. So guess what, guys? We are back full in effect, and make sure you hear every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, okay? And we also love to take your input on topics that you might want to hear us discuss. So we love you, queens.
Yeah, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And if you hit the bell, you will be notified whenever we go live, so that we won't have to remind you, because we're not about to remind y'all no more.
Come on and share with a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend that they need to be here. And if they can't stay up, tell them they could watch it tomorrow. We on here, we record.
All right, lady guys.